Hey, welcome to the lesson 1. What is data governance and why it matters now?
All right. So let's talk about something that happened at one of my previous organizations. We had this huge project integrating data from a new manufacturing facility in Texas. 50 terabytes of data per month, 200 tables, 15 different systems. Sounds very exciting, right? But here is what really happened. The business manager walks into the office and starts asking these questions. Very simple questions. Where should we store this data? Data lake or lake house? Should we use batch processing or streaming? What about security? What encryption levels do we follow? How long do we keep it? Who owns this data? And all those questions you see on the screen. And you know what the scary part was? Nobody has answers. The database team said, ask infrastructure. And infrastructure team said, check with security. And security said, we need compliance approval. And compliance said, talk to legal. And legal said, well, you get the picture. 17 days, 47 emails, 23 meetings, $850,000 in delays. All because the organization does not have enterprise level governance framework. And that's exactly what we are going to fix in this lesson. So let's start with the basics. What is data governance? Think of it this way. You know how cities have building codes. You can't just build whatever you want, wherever you want, or however you want, right? There are rules, standards, processes. Someone approves the plan, someone inspects the work, and there is accountability. Data governance is exactly that, but for data. Data governance is a framework of policies, processes, roles, standards, and controls used to ensure our data is accurate, consistent, secure, available, compliant, and properly managed. Let me say that again because these six words are really important: accurate, consistent, secure, available, compliant, and properly managed. We are going to dive into each of these in a minute. But first, let's talk about why this matters now. Here is the thing: 10 years ago, data governance was nice to have, but today, it is survival. It is the only survival. Why? Because modern companies run on data. Everything runs on data. Even your AI breathes through data. Your analytics team needs data to make decisions. Your automation team needs data to function. Your AI models need data to get trained. Your personalization engines need data to work, and your compliance reporting needs data to prove you are following the law of the land. Data is literally the fuel that run your business. But here is what happens without governance. You get conflicting reports. Marketing says revenue is 1.5 million, but finance says 1.2 million. Nobody knows who is right. Nobody trusts the data. We get bad decisions. Our executive team makes a huge investment based on wrong numbers. 6 months later, we realize that the data was garbage, just garbage, and it's too late now. You get security breaches. Someone leaves a database password in plain text. Hackers got in. 50 million customer records were stolen, and $200 million in fines and lawsuits. Your company's reputation is destroyed overnight. That's it. You get regulatory fines on top of that. A customer in Europe asks you to delete their data under GDPR. You ignore it. 50 million euro fine again. And 4% of your global revenue is just gone. And here is that one thing that keeps data architects or engineers up at all night. You get AI models trained on garbage data. You know what they say in machine learning? Garbage in is always garbage out. You feed your AI bad data, you get bad predictions, we make bad products, and we lose customers and we lose money. But with data governance, with proper data governance in place, everything changes. We get trusted data. Everyone is looking at the same numbers. Everyone agrees. Decisions get made fast. We get faster analytics, and our analysts spend time analyzing, not hunting for data or fixing errors. We get safer AI adoption. Our models train on clean, validated data. Our predictions are always accurate. our business grow. We get clear accountability. Something goes wrong, you know who owns it. We know how to fix it. No more finger pointing, right? And you get regulatory compliance. Auditor show up anytime, no problem at all, because everything is documented with us. Everything is tracked. You pass with flying colors. Governance is not a bureaucracy. Let me say that again. Governance is not just bureaucracy. It's risk reduction plus speed plus trust. That's the formula. Risk reduction, speed, trust. All right. So now let's talk about those six principles I mentioned. These are the foundation of everything we are going to cover in this course. The first one, accurate data. This seems obvious, right? But you would be surprised how many companies have data that is just wrong. Look at this example. Customer phone number 5550000. Disconnected. Support team can't even reach this customer with this number. Lost a $50,000 deal. Versus there is a real-time validation. Phone number is checked. When it is entered, customer gets contacted immediately. Deal closes. That's the difference. Accurate data means your data correctly represents reality. No errors, no outdated information, no garbage. Second one, consistent data. Here is a nightmare scenario. Same customer, three different names in three different systems. CRM says John Smith, and billing says J. Smith, and support says Smith John. Now you have got three duplicate accounts. Nobody knows which one is real. Your marketing team sends him three letters addressing in three different ways, and the customer gets annoyed. Consistent data means the same information looks the same everywhere. Same format, same standards, one customer ID that links everything. The next one is secure data. Look at these numbers. Average data breach costs $200 million. GDPR fines can be 4% of your global revenue. In one breach, 50 million records can be stolen. This is not theoretical. This happens all the time, it happens. Secure data means encryption, multi factor authentication, role based access control. It means nobody gets in who shouldn't. It means zero breaches. The next one is available data. 99.99% uptime is the goal. Because here is the reality, when your data warehouse goes down, business stops. Analysts can't work, reports don't run, dashboards go blank, executives can't make decisions, and every hour of downtime that can cost $500,000 or more. Available data means your systems are always on, your data is always accessible, your business never stops. The next one is compliant data. GDPR, HIPAA, SOX, CCPA. If you are in healthcare, finance, retail, or technology, you are dealing with regulations, and regulators don't mess around. Customer asks you to delete their data, and you have 30 days under GDPR. If you miss the deadline, 50 million euro fine is at your doorstep. Compliant data means you know every regulation that applies to you. You have process to follow them, and you can prove it when auditors show up. Next one, properly managed data. And this is the last one. This is about ownership and accountability. Without management, your data becomes a data swamp. Nobody knows what data exists. Nobody knows who owns it. And nobody fixes the problems. Quality degrades, storage costs explode, and your data becomes useless. With proper management, every dataset has an owner. Every dataset has metadata. Every dataset has quality SLAs. Problems get fixed in 24 hours. People trust the data again. So these are the six principles. This is what data governance is all about. I hope you had a nice understanding of what is data governance in IT projects and its importance.